I'm guessing no.
Elliot Friedman, Insider, NHL and Sportsnet, Playoff Insider, brought to you by Certified Pre-Owned Audi. They're not just ready, they're Audi ready. Much to do about nothing, obviously, but what do we know now? Like, where is this whole situation now as far as the Slashgate goes?
Well, as far as it goes, the book is pretty much closed on it in terms of what is going to happen. They informed, a member of the media first, and then the teams that there was going to be no supplemental discipline. There have been cases in the past where a team has released an injury, and then the league has gone back and said, you know what, we better look at this again and kind of change their minds on what they did. But that's not going to happen here, and now we just wait to see in Game 2 if any of this changes. And Dean, the one thing that did happen was 3 years ago in the Detroit-Nashville series, Shea Weber punched Henrik Zetterberg in the head at the end of one of the first games of the series.
Not the guy you want to get punched in the head by the way.
Oh, no. And there was a big debate over should he be suspended, and he wasn't. And then within the next 4 days, there were 7 suspensions. And I think now that becomes the thing we all watch for. Do players look at that and say, okay, he got 5, but he didn't get another suspension. Does that mean I feel that I can do that because it's worth it? And that's going to be one of the interesting questions.
But how many games, Elliot, if you were to get suspended? Because we all know it's 2 times because it's the playoffs. What would make people happy in Ottawa for a suspension-wise? 2 games?
I don't know if anything would make them happy.
Like what? That's what I mean. Like,
that's impossible. It's funny, but it's actually kind of half true. The one thing we don't know yet is, how many games is Mark Stone going to miss? Is he going to play?
Is he out tonight?
You know what? Nobody said anything. And would anybody be surprised if he's in the lineup because he's going to try to play? And the other thing we don't know yet is, how effective is he going to be? It's not only that he's got the microfracture, which is a bone bruise, but he has ligament damage, and that could be the actual big problem because you can't rotate your arm or turn your stick or whatever. So, there's 2 unanswered questions here, George. Number 1 is he going to play? And number 2 is how effective is he going to be?
Elliot Friedman joins us, Playoff Insider for Certified Pre-Owned Audi. They're not just ready, they're Audi ready. Thoughts on tonight's game? Do you think this is going to get heated again, or do you think they'll settle down and play some hockey?
It'll get heated again. They're going to try to play hockey, and I thought Dave Cameron had a great quote yesterday, which was the best revenge is winning. He's trying to get his team focused again, but especially if Chris Neal is the guy who goes in, it's going to be guys looking at it and what happens here, and then take offense to something gets done, and we've got another scrum, and Ottawa, when they were in the playoffs in 2012 against the Rangers, they were unhappy with something that happened in game number 1, and the next game was crazy. And one of their players kind of ended up getting suspended because of something that happened. Are they going to be able to calm themselves, or is this a game that gets a little unhinged? I think there's the potential.
From Markham to Kennedy and then Don Mills to Leslie, that is not bad at all. Eastbound 401, though, that is slow through Mississauga. Then anywhere from Dixie through to Islington, alternately express and collect. Express and collectors, and that because of much earlier problems at Kipling. They're long gone now. Spanning all the other highways, no equal problems, generally lighter than usual. The Allen is a mess already. Southbound approaching Eglinton and narrowed down to 1 lane. This is preparation for the full closure of it on the weekend, though it's jamming up from Lawrence. From the 680 News Traffic Center, I'm Helena Balsa.
Trending now on Sportsnet 5.